Hello students, very good morning. So today's session we will discuss a very important topic in inorganic spectroscopy. Here we will discuss some very important topics, that is C13 and P31 NMR with some important examples we will discuss. So regularly 2 to 3 questions are asking in entrance examination point of view. We will directly move into the topic, right? So first of all, P31 NMR we will discuss in a brief, student. Okay, so not going to the depth of P13 NMR. So just in this P13 NMR, the nuclear spin I value is equal to 1 by 2. So please remember this I value is very important, and the natural abundance is 100%. The magnetic moment is 1.3, and chemical shift range is 270 to 500 tau. Okay, so this is the chemical shift range, student, and the reference we are using, that is CF3COOH. so trifluoroacetic acid we are using as a reference. Clear, right? So here we have a few examples we will discuss, that is metal complexes we have. So the number of signals possible in these metal complexes we will discuss one by one, student. Clear, student, right? This is uh, triphenyl phosphine taken thrice, MO CO taken thrice. This is a cis, or we can simply called as it is a facial metal complex. So this is a facial metal complex, student. Here in this facial metal complex, all these triphenyl phosphine, are cis to each other and chemically equivalent environment, so gives only one signal, because all these triphenyl phosphine, these ligands are cis to each other, so therefore it gives only one signal in the P31 NMR spectroscopy. So this is only one signal we will get in the P31 NMR spectra, right? So next, here you can see, so this is a meridonial. So this is a meridonial, the same metal complex, but it is meridonial. Here in this structure, the two types of triphenyl phosphines are there. One is cis and another one is trans to each other. Here you can see, so these two triphenyl phosphines are cis to each other, and so these triphenyl phosphine ligands are trans to each other. So therefore we will get two types of signals in the P31 NMR spectroscopy, right? Here you can see, student, so generally the coupling constant for this metal complex, that is for trans here, so we will get only here this kind of signal. So that is for the coupling of phosphorus with A. Here you can see, so just here I am assigning as B, here I am assigning as B, so these two are trans to each other, and so here I am assigning as A. So here we have the two types of phosphorus atoms are there. Here the two phosphorus atoms are assigned as a B, and one phosphorus atom is assigned as A. So this A is cis to each other, and this B is trans to each other, student. So therefore here this B will interact with this. Here generally there is no interaction with the metal atom. So because the molybdenum I value is equal to 0, so there is no coupling with the phosphorus with the metal atom. So therefore only the phosphorus interactions are possible. For trans, here we will get only two signal, so that is the coupling of these two. So means it splits into two signals, and here for this one, this is coupling with these two phosphorus, means A is coupling with the two phosphorus atom, that means two triphenyl phosphine. So therefore we will get n plus 1 signal. So that's why here we will get 2, means here we will get n plus 1 signal, that means 3 signals we will get. So it is the coupling of so this is A type triphenyl phosphine coupling with B type triphenyl phosphine. For in the case of trans, here, so the coupling of the B type triphenyl phosphine is coupling with A type triphenyl phosphine. So this meridional structure, here we get only 2 signals for trans and the 3 signals for cis. So this is about P31 NMR, P31 NMR of this inorganic metal complex, student, right? So next we will move to another example. Here you can see, so this is also similar, but is here we have rhodium metal complex is there, but here the rhodium has this is facial. Here you can see the rhodium has the nuclear spin value I is equal to 1 by 2. The nuclear spin value is I is equal to 1 by 2, student. Here in this structure, all these triphenyl phosphine ligands are cis to each other. Cis to each other. All these triphenyl phosphines are cis to each other. So don't think about chloride, student. Here we have only these we are focusing on only phosphorus atoms, not chlorine atoms, and phosphorus is attached with the rhodium. So we will focus only these two. Okay. So here all these 3 triphenyl phosphine atoms are chemically equivalent, gives only one signal. That is very, very important. So it gives only one signal, all these cis gives only one signal, but it couples with rhodium I value. So it couples with rhodium I value. So according to the formula of 2 into Ni plus 1 formula, so number of metal atoms are only 1, I value of rhodium is 1 by 2. So therefore 2 get cancelled. So here when these triphenyl phosphines are interact with or coupled with the rhodium metal atom, so it will give 2 signals in the P13 NMR spectroscopy. Clear, student, right here? So we will get only 2 signals. That means it gives a doublet. So this is for facial structure. Then we will move to, right. So in the meridional structure, you can see, student. So here we have the 2 types of triphenyl phosphine atoms are there. Here you can see. So this is, here I am assigning as B, and here also I am assigning as B. So these 2 triphenyl phosphine ligands are trans to each other. Here I am assigning as A. So these are cis to each other. So therefore here we will get different types of signals in the P31 NMR spectroscopy. Right, here you can see, student. Here I will write as individually. Here you can see this triphenyl phosphine of A type. Here I am assigning as A type triphenyl phosphine. So first couple with the rhodium metal atom. Already we know very well the rhodium metal atom I value is equal to 1 by 2. So this triphenyl phosphine of A type is coupled with the rhodium. Then it splits into 2 signals, because due to the I value is 1 by 2. So 1 into half plus 1. So 2 get cancelled. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Right. So after these, each signal is coupling with the 2 triphenyl phosphorus atom. So therefore according to the n plus 1 format, here the each singlet is splits into triplet. So here we will get triplet of triplet comes under A type of triphenyl phosphine. But in the case of B type of triphenyl phosphine, here you can see triphenyl phosphine, it is B type. So same situation, these triphenyl phosphine first interact with the metal and it splits into doublet, and so this triphenyl phosphine after interacting with the metal atom, and it is interact these 2 types of triphenyl phosphine, 2 type of triphenyl phosphine is coupling with the A type of triphenyl phosphine. So according to the n plus 1 format, 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. So it gives a doublet of doublet in the P31 NMR spectroscopy. Clear? So these are the possible signals in the meridional structure, student. So this is the meridional structure of rhodium metal complex. This is the P31 NMR spectroscopy. Right. Next here you can see we have different types of phosphorus oxy acids. Here that is orthophosphoric acid and phosphorus and metaphosphoric acid we have. So these values are the splitting pattern is depend upon the coupling of phosphorus with a proton also here. So we have only one phosphorus atom. The I value of phosphorus atom is 1 by 2. So generally it gives only one signal here. It gives only one signal in the NMR spectroscopy. So it gives only one signal in the NMR P31 NMR spectroscopy. Here this is H3PO4, H3PO3, S3PO2 student, right? Here you can see, so this is H3PO3. Here this P31 phosphorus atom is interact with this P30 proton NMR, and it splits into doublet. It splits into doublet, means it gives a doublet in the P31 NMR spectroscopy. So due to the coupling of phosphorus with hydrogen atom. Here there is no coupling with the neighboring hydrogen atom, because this phosphorus atom is directly attached to the oxygen moiety, not hydrogen. So here you can see this P31 NMR is coupling with the two neighboring proton atom. So therefore generally it splits into three signals in the P31 NMR spectroscopy. So because the proton, because the phosphorus 31 is interact with the two neighboring protons, so means it gives n+1 signal. So means 2 + 1, that is equal to 3 signals is appear in the NMR spectroscopy. Clear, right? So next we will move to this. This is the Wilkinson catalyst, and it is used as a catalyst in various preparation of various organic compounds also. Here you can see this is the Wilkinson catalyst. The rhodium atomic number is +1. This is very, very important. Many of times asked in the what is the oxidation state of rhodium in the metal complex. Here this is a square planar geometry. So square planar geometry, rhodium 1 square planar geometry. Here, so these triphenyl phosphine are two types are there. One is cis to each other, and so these triphenyl atoms are trans to each other. Here I am assigning as B, and so here this triphenyl phosphine is cis to this one and cis to this one. Here I am assigning as A. So therefore here we have two types of triphenyl phosphines are there. So first of all we will focus triphenyl phosphine of A type, student. So triphenyl phosphine of A type. So here we have how many A type? We have only one. So therefore it is first interact with the rhodium atom. So it gives two signal, that is 2 into 1 into 1/2 + 1. So therefore it splits into doublet. And so this triphenyl phosphine of A type is coupling with the two triphenyl phosphine of B type. So therefore according to the n+1 format, it splits into, each singlet is splits into triplet, and here we will get a triplet of triplet in the P31 NMR spectroscopy of A type of triphenyl phosphine. So then we will move to the triphenyl phosphine of B type. So he is coupling with the rhodium metal atom, and it gives a doublet in the P31 NMR spectrum. So these two rhodium atoms is coupling with only one type of rhodium, one type of triphenyl phosphine. Then here we will get only doublet in the NMR spectroscopy, P31 NMR spectroscopy. So these are the different types of examples in P31 NMR spectroscopy, student. So most probably we will expect one or two examples from these examples. Okay, right.